In this video, we're going to talk about using the curves adjustment in our layers palette. So one method that I showed you was to use the layer or curves and levels and these adjustment layers here in our layers palette. There's another palette called adjustments, and you can see that it has visual icons for those. So I'm going to just click on this one here, curves. And this is just another way to do the same thing. So when I click on this, it automatically creates a new adjustment layer of curves. And you'll notice it's similar to levels in the sense that it gives us the histogram. The difference that it has is that it has the black point here and the white point here. And right now it doesn't have any other points in between. But I could slide this over and create my black point. And then if I wanted a midpoint, I could click here and move that down or up. Maybe I want to leave that up. The advantage that curves has is, let's say I want just to darken maybe some of these shadows. I can click here and create another image or another point, and it darkens those tones in that image. So you can see that we have a little bit more control over not only the a midpoint, but also points in between. So that gives us a lot more control. It's a little more complicated in how we see it, but it's a really powerful tool. If I like to reset this under this preset menu item, I can hit default and it will reset that. And I'll show you another option that helps if you want to do this adjustments visually. So you'll notice this little hand with these up and down arrows. If I click on that, you'll notice that it darkens, which means that it's selected and active. And when I roll my mouse over my image on the graph here, on that line, you'll notice a little dot. And that's telling us that's the tone of that particular area in the image. So let's say this image here is where I want it to be darker. So I just click and drag down, and it will make those points darker. So you can see how that works. And then if I wanted to click on a point here and make that point lighter, I could do that. So it gives you a lot more control over particular elements, and you could, again, use that more in a visual sense. So that's curves, and curves is by far the most powerful tonal adjustment tool. I think once you get used to it, you'll find that it's the go-to tool.